Hello students, now let us continue with the same chapter, that is chapter 3 of your book Beehive, and the name of the chapter is The Little Girl. So in this story we had read about the little girl, the young girl named Kezia, and her domineering father. The stern behavior of her father shakes this little girl's faith in him to such an extent that she develops a strong dislike for him, and she feels relieved when he leaves for his job every morning, and his goodbye kiss seems too unconcerned and customary to her, which he used to give before going to office. And then we had read that in the evening when his father would return, her mother would ask Kezia to take off the shoes of her father, but the girl was so terrified of him that she would slutter while answering his casual queries, and this would annoy her father a lot because she was not able to speak properly. She used to stammer in front of her father as she was very much scared of him. And while Kezia, in the presence of other people, her speech was normal, but her father's sternness was so intimidating to her that she could not utter words properly. And to Kezia, her father was a giant with big hands, a big neck, and a big mouth, because she had always seen him shouting in the house and shouting at her. So a different kind of image, an image of a giant was created in front of him, and she used to take her father as a giant. And then further we also read that Kezia's grandmother made a lot of efforts to improve her relationship with her parents by telling her to talk nicely to them, and she would also tell her to go and talk to them on the Sunday afternoons. But little Kezia, she always found her mother absorbed in reading newspaper and father sleeping on the sofa in the drawing room, and she would sit on a stool and wait for wait for him to wake up. And on noticing the grave or the serious face of Kezia, and because she was always staring at her father and waiting for him to wake up, so her father, whenever he used to wake up and saw Kezia staring, he used to shout at her for staring at him. Then further we also read that once Kezia's grandmother, in order to bring her close to her father, she suggested her to prepare or to make a birthday gift for her father as her father's birthday was approaching. So Kezia got a yellow silk piece from her grandmother and she stitched the three sides, and but she could not find anything to stuff into it, so she unknowingly tore the papers which were the important papers of her father in order to stuff the pin cushion. She just went to her mother's room and got the papers from the bed table in her mother's room, and she tore them and them into small bits and stuffed them into the cushion. Then after this incident, or after this, there was hue and cry in the house. There was a lot of commotion in the house. Her father was very angry as his speech for the port assembly could not be found, and actually the papers were, because the papers were actually torn by Kezia, where that untraceable speech was kept or was written on that. Actually the papers that Kezia had torn were the important papers of her father, the paper where he had written the speech. So this enraged her father very much, and the mother, after inquiring, when she came to know that Kezia had done that, as Kezia confessed to her mother that she did not know that those were the important papers, as she could not find anything to stuff, so she tore the papers. So mother brought her down in front of the father, and father shouted at her and asked her, and she sluttered no in whispers. Then an angry father asked grandmother to put Kezia to bed that instant, and the child lay alone in her bed crying. So this is what we read in the last class. So further now we are going to start with the fourth, with page number 35, the seventh paragraph, which says, crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. So in these lines The word shadowed room means that it was dark and there was a light outside the room which was making shadows in the room. And a sad little pattern refers to the sad atmosphere in the room. So now, in these lines, the narrator says that Kezia wanted to justify her action as she was innocent and she did not mean to harm her father, and she was just preparing a surprise gift for him. And Kezia was very sad. She had been happy that she had prepared a surprise for her father and he would like it, but on the other hand, she had accidentally committed a disaster. Then further, then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. So now he is about to punish Kezia for the wrong act she has done, and it happens with everybody. When we do something wrong, that enrages our parents and they usually scold us, beat us, so that, and they do this for the purpose that we should learn something that we should not do, or we should not repeat that thing in future. Then the next line says, I am going to beat you for this, he said. Oh, no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. So bedcloth is what? It refers to the sheet, the top sheet that you cover yourself with when you are sleeping. So in these lines, Kezia's father told her that he would beat her with a ruler, and Kezia was so scared that she tried to hide under the sheets. Then further we'll see what happens. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hand. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. So now Kezia's father is continuously shouting at her. Now now here we come to know that why Kezia's father was being strict with her. Why was he punishing her? Because he wanted Kezia to know this thing once for all, that she should not touch that thing that does not belong to her. And he wanted to teach her this thing so that it benefited in her future life. Right now she was a small child. She did not know what was important and what was not. That is why unknowingly she has torn the important documents of her father, and so he was punishing her. He did not want to harm Kezia, but he wanted that Kezia should know that in future she should not touch anything that does not belong to her. Then further, the next line says, but it was for your birthday. So now Kezia is trying to explain her position, and she said that she had been preparing a birthday gift for her father and she had to stuff it with something. She just tore the pages to stuff them into the cushion, and she was trying to explain this to him, that she was just preparing a birthday gift for him and she wanted to give him a surprise, but he did not hear. Her father did not want to hear it, and he just kept on shouting at her. Then further, the next line says, down came the ruler on her little pink palms. So now, without listening to her, without having patience, because he was so angry that he did not listen to any explanation of Kezia, and he straight away hit the palms, the pink palms. Why? Because her palms were very small and pink in color. So that's why then Kezia's father hit the palms of her hand with a ruler. Then after that, next line says, hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. Clung means to attach yourself to something. So in these lines, the narrator says that now Kezia was so afraid that because of the beating that she had got, that as her father had hit her small little palms with the ruler. And many hours later, her grandmother, she tried to pacify the child by wrapping her in a shawl, and she made her sit in her lap on the rocking chair, and she was trying to put Kezia to sleep as Kezia was sobbing because of that incident. And Kezia clung to her grandmother because she felt that warmth in her grandmother, because her grandmother was very loving. Then next line says, what did God make fathers for? She sobbed. So now Kezia was still not comfortable and she was crying, and she said that God should not have made fathers, because a different kind, a very fearful kind of a picture was set in her mind, and she just took all the fathers same. She considered that all the fathers are like this. So she, because of the beating that she got, she said that why God had made fathers on this earth, and she hated her father. She was so innocent, she did not know what wrong she had done, and she was just preparing a gift for him. She was heartbroken as her father did not understand her, and said that God, and Kezia stated that God should not have made fathers. Next line says, "Here's a clean hanky, darling, blow your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You'll forget all about it in the morning." I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. So now these lines are said by grandmother. Now Kezia's grandmother was trying to pacify her, to make her quiet. She gave her a handkerchief also to blow her nose in it and go off to sleep. And she added that by morning Kezia would forget the beating. And Kezia tried to justify herself that and she said that she was trying to explain to him the reason for tearing the sheets of paper, but her father was not ready to listen to her. So again we see that the little child was so innocent, she did not realize that her father hit her to teach her a lesson, so that she did not touch anything that did not belong to her. So it happens with everybody. In the school also a teacher punishes us so that we may remember that and we may not repeat that thing again in future. Then further the next line says, "But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back, and a red color flew into her cheeks." So these lines says that now Kezia's grandmother had told her to go to sleep, and that by morning she would forget the beating that her father gave her. But Kezia never forgot the beating that she had got, because it had left a deep mark on her brain. And whenever she saw her father approaching, she would keep her hands behind her back, because she felt that maybe he would hit her again, and the red color flew into her cheeks. The red color flew means now here, just because she was very much scared. So as soon as she used to confront her father, her cheeks used to turn red. So now the next line says, "The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through the gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. The father with the baby Mao on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Once he saw the boys turn the nose on him, and he tried to catch them laughing all the time." So this was a very strange scene that Kezia saw here, and in these lines the narrator tells us about Kezia's neighbors. Now McDonald's are the neighbors, the people who lived next door to Kezia's house. Her neighbor were a family named McDonald's, and in that family of McDonald's there were 5 children, and Kezia one day she just peeped at them through the hole in a fence, and when she peeped she saw the whole family was having a lot of fun. They played a game called tag. Tag is a children's game of catching one another, like we play catch. So all the children along with their father would have a lot of fun. That was a very strange scene for Kezia. Mr. McDonald would make his little baby mouse sit on his shoulders, and the 2 little daughters that he had, they would hang on to his coat pockets. So all the children were so much attached to their father. They loved him so much that they would stick to him, and then they would run around the garden, around the flower beds, and they would laugh and laugh and laugh. And Kezia also wanted to have such fun with her father, and she missed it. One day she saw that the little sons of Mr. McDonald opened the hose on him. Hose is a pipe, you can say that. They opened the water pipe and tried to make him wet. But Mr. McDonald, instead of getting angry with them, he tried to catch them, and he was laughing at it. This was very strange for Kezia, because Her father was just the opposite of Mr. McDonald. So this scene made Kezia think. Now, first she used to think that all the fathers are the same, but seeing Mr. McDonald's, her views changed that, and we'll see further what she started thinking of the fathers now. Then next line says, then it was she decided there were different sorts of fathers. So now Kezia, when she saw Mr. McDonald, she realized that he was quite opposite to her father, and she felt that God had made various kinds of father. Then further next line says that suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. So now this is the incident that occurred suddenly. Now this will change Kezia's view about her father. So what happened one day, Kezia's mother fell ill. So she was taken to the hospital and her grandmother also went along with her. Then further next line says, the little girl was left alone in the house with Alice the cook. That was all right in the daytime, but while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. So in these lines, now Kezia was all alone as her mother was in the hospital, grandmother also was not there. She and along with her father were there. There were only two persons, and Alice the cook, she was during the daytime, she was a cook in their house. So now she was all alone at home with the cook, and the name of the cook, as I told you, is Alice. So now Kezia was fine during the day, but at night when the cook put Kezia to bed all alone in her room, Kezia started feeling scared. Now she is very much scared because she had never spent the night alone, and the reason of being scared was because of the nightmares that she had usually. The next line says, what I'll do if I have a nightmare, she asked. Nightmare means a bad dream. So now Kezia asked Alice that if she had a dream, what would she do all alone? She would not find anything to hide into, because earlier whenever she used to had that nightmare, she used to go to her grandmother and sleep with her. So the next line says, I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. Whispery means now lot of sounds she used to hear. The next, it happens with everybody whenever we are there in the night. We all are scared of darkness. So, and we feel that somebody is there whispering or somebody is approaching us. The same thing happened with Kezia. Now Kezia explained to Alice that whenever she had nightmares, she would go to her grandmother and she would sleep with her. So she said that she could not stay at all alone in the dark because she was scared. She could hear different kinds of whispering sounds which made her feel that there was someone around her. The next line says, you just go to sleep, child, said Alice, putting off her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. So now here Alice is telling Kezia that Kezia's father was sleeping in the next room, and Alice told her to sleep quietly and not to scream, and she removed Kezia's socks and asked her not to bother her father, and she warned her not to scream and wake her father, but Kezia was helpless. The next line says, but the same old nightmare came, the butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. So here a butcher means, you all know who is a butcher. A butcher is a person who cuts animals. So here in these lines the narrator says that now this is a nightmare that Kezia often had, and she would see a butcher. So that night also again she saw the same kind of nightmare. So this butcher would hold a big knife, a huge butcher's knife and a rope, and he would approach Kezia. So this was the nightmare or dream that she saw, and he had a dreadful smile on his face, and once Kezia would see him, she would feel that she was unable to move because of the fear. So she was so much scared of him that she was and was terrified to see that butcher, and in her sleep Kezia cried out for help, and she called for her grandmother. When Kezia woke up, she was shivering, she was trembling, and she saw that her father was standing next to her bed and he was holding a candle in his hand. So Kezia's father had heard her screams, and he had heard that Kezia was calling for her grandmother, and he had come to help her. So this was the very different picture of her father now. What's the matter? He said. So now he asked Kezia what was the matter. Why was she screaming? Then she said, "Oh, butcher! Oh, a butcher, a knife, I want granny." Kezia was still scared of the nightmare. She said that there was a butcher. He was holding a dreadful knife and she wanted her grandmother to cling to her. Then further it is said that he blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. So now father, this is a very different picture of Kezia's father. So here we can see the affection that Kezia's father has for her. He blew the candle off and he lifted Kezia in his arms and carried her to his bedroom. The next line says, a newspaper was on bed. He put away the newspaper, then carefully tucked up the child. Tucked up means covered up nicely in bed. So now Kezia's father lay her in his bed, and next to him, she was sleeping next to her father, and her father very lovingly covered her with the top sheet so that she may not catch cold. The next line says that he lay down beside her, half asleep still with the butcher's smile all about her in it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head. Snuggle means moved into a warm, comfortable position under his arms and held tightly to his shirt. So in these lines, narrator says that now Kezia felt her father's affection, and so she went close to him. She snuggled herself, she went close to him towards the father, and she held his shirt tightly so that she would not feel scared again. And now Kezia had overcome her fear of her father. Then further the line says, here, then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Now once Kezia was with her father, she was no longer afraid. Then further it is said, here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. He asked Kezia to rub her feet against his legs so that they become warm. Then further in the next line, it is said that tried out, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. So as Kezia's father was very tired, he slept before she did. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him, he was harder than grandmother. But it was a nice hardness, and every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writings. She stirred suddenly and sighed. So now in these lines the narrator says that now here Kezia realizes her mistake and she had affection towards her father. She felt that her father was a poor man. He worked so hard. He was not so big as she found him to be earlier. And now she felt that her father was a poor man who worked very hard. And so he got so tired that he went off to sleep and did not play with her like Mr. McDonald did with his children. So now she understood that. But Kezia felt that her father's heart was also full of love for her. She realizes that she has torn up his important documents and the speech that he had written. And all this realization makes sure take a deep breath, and she realizes that she had been wrong, and that is why her father had beaten her. He had been so strict with her. Then further, the narrator says, what's the matter? Now here in the next line says, what's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream. About now, although Kezia's father was asleep, he heard her sigh. He heard the sound that Kezia made and Then he asked her what the matter was and whether she was again watching a bad dream. The next line. Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you've got, father dear. So now Kezia replied to her father that she had placed her head on her father's heart and she could hear his heartbeat. And she complimented her father that he had a big heart. So Kezia is showing her love for her father as she had realized that her father also loved her. Otherwise, earlier, because of that incident, or because she was not knowing her father so well and she had not experienced this love ever before, she just took her father as a strict person and as a monster. So I hope all of you have understood the chapter. Now you'll write the answers of the question which I sent you, and I'm going to send you the questions and answers to be done in the notebook.